Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to share some of the tips and tricks and features of the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro running on MIUI 9.2 and Android 7.1.2. So this device comes with a MIUI which is you already know that is a really customizable UI. So in this video we'll talk about some of the features and some of the tips and tricks you can try out on this device. So let's get started. So first up, let's have a look at the home screen. So if you just press and hold, you can see the option to change the wallpaper, add widgets, and there is settings. So clicking the settings, you can select the transition effect, set the default screen. If there are multiple home screens, you can select the default screen, and you can also rearrange the icons by filling the empty cells. And there is also option to lock the home screen layout so that you don't change accidentally the home screen layout. So one thing you can notice is the show memory status. So when you go to the multitasking option, you can see that there is no option to see the memory usage on this device. So when you enable this option, for example, if you go to settings and enable the memory status, now if you go to the multitasking option, you can see 1 GB or 4 GB is available. So that option is available. So that is available once you enable it from the home screen settings. Now let's see the display settings. So here we have a couple of interesting options. One is reading mode. So we all know that reading mode allows you to helps in reading with reduced strain to the eyes. So that is available here. So once you enable the reading mode, the screen turns warmer tones to slightly yellowish tones to reduce the stress on your eyes, and you can also schedule the reading mode. Then other than that, you can also see there is option to change the contrast and colors. So you can choose between warmer colors or cooler colors, and also increase the contrast by turning off the automatic contrast. Instead you can go for increased contrast. Then there is also double tap to wake. You can enable double tap to wake from here. If you want to turn on the display, you can just double tap on the display to wake up. So these are the options in the display settings. Now let's go to the lock screen and password. So here we have a lot of additional options. One is the face data. So we have done a detailed video on how to enable the face unlock. So once you have got the update, you can enable face unlock here. So face unlock is a less secure mechanism, but it is quite a decent option instead of using fingerprint, PIN or password. So these are the options. Then if you go to the advanced settings, you can see there is a pocket mode, that is lock touch gestures when placed in the pocket. That is, it will prevent automatic dialing when the phone is in the pocket. So these are the options, and you can also display the lock screen, the honor info in the lock screen. So these are some of the options in the lock screen and password. Now next up, let's go to the second space. So this is a really useful option. What it does is it creates a completely different space on your phone. This means this space is completely different, and you need to install apps from the main screen to the second space. So what it does is, if you have official work, if you want to segregate official work apps from the casual, the regular usage, so that your kids and other people won't be able to access them. So second space is something like that. So you can just turn on the second space, and this will create a different space in your phone. And this you can see here is two spaces, one device, and you can just switch between them by setting a password, and you can easily set the password. So you need a password because when you're creating a second space, you need to make sure that it is also protected. So this is the second space. You can see this is completely different of the first space, and you can just toggle the second space from here. You can see go to first space, and whenever you want to go to first space, you need to enter the PIN password. So this is a really useful option if you want to create a different area in your smartphone. Now next step, let's go to the battery. So here we have some really useful options. So power mode, you can see the battery saver mode. Then you can see the battery usage. You can analyze the battery usage and which all apps are taking up the battery the most, and you can try reducing the battery usage by closing those apps. Now other than that, you can also see there is a scenes available. So apply different power saving modes based on scenes. For example, MIUI detects whenever MIUI detects you are sleeping, it will close the background apps, restrict Bluetooth, GPS and mobile data and Wi-Fi usage, so that your battery will not be drained out. And this device also won't light up when the screen light up the screen when there is notification. So this is different scene modes available. So So that's again a quite an useful option. Now let's go to the additional settings. So here we have this option called quick ball. So this creates once you enable this, you can see a ball is created on the screen which you can move anywhere, and this has some shortcuts. So if you press on the ball, you can see some additional options are there which are configurable from here. So this is quite useful if you want to use on-screen options, and this quick ball is a quite a handy option. Then you also have one-handed mode. So one-handed mode allows you to reduce the screen size because it's a 5.99 inch screen size. If you want to reduce the screen size, you can just enable one-handed mode, and if you just swipe here, you can see this will enable the one-handed mode. So that is how you enable the one-handed mode, and you can see that the one-handed mode can be enabled in three sizes: 4.5 inches, 4 inches and 3.5 inches. So based on which is the size you require for the display, you can enable it from here. Then there is also a button and gesture screenshots, gesture shortcuts, and here we can use gestures or buttons to launch the camera, take screenshots. So there is 3 fingers scrolling screenshot. So if you just swipe here, you can take a screenshot. Now if you go to settings, you can also have the scrolling screenshot. So if you press and hold here, you can see the scroll, and this will take a screenshot of the entire screen. So once you click done, this will create a screenshot of the entire settings panel. So this is quite useful if you want to take an entire screenshot of the web pages. So then there is also support for dual apps here. So if you go to the dual apps option under app settings, so what it does is it creates multiple instances, or rather 2 instances of the same app. For example, if you want to use 2 Facebook accounts, by the default Facebook account it's not possible. So if you want to do that, you need to enable dual app support. So similarly for WhatsApp and other apps, you can enable dual app support. So dual apps is available for almost all installed apps on your smartphone. So that's a quite handy tool. Then there is also app lock via fingerprint. So what it does is you can set a password to protect your app. So once you selected the app and set the password, the app can open. Cut it. So the app can only be opened either by entering the password or using the fingerprint. So that's a really useful option, because some personal apps like Facebook, Twitter can be protected, and even you can protect your WhatsApp account, and once you enter the pin or password or the fingerprint, then only somebody can access your WhatsApp or other social apps. So this is again an additional useful option. So these are some of the useful features in the MIUI 9.2, and you can try out these features and tips and tricks if you have the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So hope this video was useful. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.